You're playing touch butt with that dork in the park.
After Alex Pereira's dominant 2024 campaign, where he defended his UFC light heavyweight title 3 times, all via brutal knockouts, the MMA world eagerly awaits his next move. While the logical contender is number 1 ranked light heavyweight Magomed Ankalaev, it seems the Russian may once again be passed over. Earlier today, Pereira shared a video on Instagram showcasing his devastating finish of Khalil Roundtree. However, the caption read, "It won't be Ankalaev," accompanied by a laughing, crying emoji. Known for his trolling antics, Pereira might just be stirring the pot. If Pereira indeed plans to return in March 2025, that timing could rule Ankalaev out, as Ramadan falls during that period. And Ankalaev observes it every year, making competition unlikely. Still, Ankalaev should be the next challenger. With an impressive 11-fight win streak and no other logical contenders in sight, it's hard to justify anyone else stepping into the cage with Pereira. Former middleweight champion Israel Adesanya released new training footage ahead of his fight versus Nassourdine Imavov on February 1st in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It was revealed last week that Izzy had 2 options, Caio Borralho or Nassourdine Imavov, but chose Imavov for his return. In the first UFC pay-per-view event of 2025, lightweight champion Islam Makhachev will headline UFC 311 in a rematch against top contender Arman Tsarukyan. The two initially faced off at UFC Fight Night 149 in April 2019, which marked Tsarukyan's debut in the promotion. Makhachev secured a unanimous decision victory, winning all 3 rounds on 2 of the judges' scorecards. Now, nearly 6 years after their first meeting, the pair will clash again at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California. I knew 5 or 6 months ago that I'm going to fight with Arman because he's the #1 contender right now, and he really deserves to fight for the title, Makhachev said in an interview with former 2-division UFC champion Daniel Cormier. Both Makhachev and Tsarukyan have grown as fighters since their initial bout. However, Makhachev is skeptical of how much Tsarukyan has truly evolved. When I have the fight with Volkanovski, I told everybody I have to finish the questions and finish. That's why the second fight I will be looking for the finish and make everybody shut up. Reflecting on their first encounter, Makhachev added, "The first fight, I don't know his background. He defends my wrestling. He's tough. That's why he gave me a hard time. But now I know everything that he can do. Charles, every round, almost finished Tsarukyan. Do some guillotine, do some triangle choke. Everything very close, but I think I have more chance."
Layla, in my dreams, what am I?
You're on your way.
All I know is, if I could have that extra 3% athleticism, right? And that beautiful fucking skin that when I get sweaty, I look like I'm covered in crystals. I'm like, shit, I would be money. Money. There wouldn't be a better athlete alive.
The kid's not wrong.
I'm not.
They had to slow you down something.
Except they made me white. God was sat there like that going, right. He's got it all. Let's make him white. That's it.
No, you don't.
Stephen A. Smith dismisses Conor McGregor's chances in a potential boxing match against Logan Paul. On Tuesday, McGregor made an unexpected announcement, revealing that he's in early talks to box Paul in an exhibition match in India before returning to the UFC, a fight reportedly set to be organized by the billionaire Ambani family. Smith isn't opposed to McGregor stepping into the boxing ring before returning to MMA, especially given his inactivity since July 2021. However, he feels strongly that the Notorious would be at serious risk if he returned directly to the octagon. If the boxing match with Paul does come to fruition, Smith doesn't like McGregor's odds. "I think Logan Paul is going to beat him," Smith said on ESPN's First Take. "I don't think that Conor McGregor is a boxer. He's a striker. So he's sitting up there and he ain't even throwing his jab. He's pitter-pattering. You ain't clipping Logan Paul like that. You've got to do more than that. We don't know yet which size gloves they're using, but it doesn't matter. Unless it's pillows like 16 or 18 ounces, it ain't gonna work. I just think that Logan Paul is bigger. He's a much bigger man. He's a more experienced boxer. Although McGregor now walks around at a significantly heavier weight compared to his championship days in the UFC, Smith doesn't believe his octagon sharpness will carry over to the boxing ring. He highlighted McGregor's 10th round TKO loss to Floyd Mayweather in their August 2017 boxing match, where McGregor visibly fatigued as the fight progressed. Those big muscles are going to make you a bit slower, and you've got to remember that Conor had quickness. He could catch you quick and clip you, Smith said. That's not going to be the case in the boxing ring. Henry Cejudo visited Khabib Nurmagomedov at the UFC PI as former lightweight champion, was helping Umar and Islam for their upcoming title fights in the first UFC pay, per view of 2025. Khabib talked about the lightweight division, stating that the old school fighters have to retire, and he emphasized Dustin Poirier.
Poirier, I don't know why Poirier would fight, or why would they give him that fight, but maybe it's just because he's popular, but like he doesn't, like it has to be Charles Oliveira.
I think Poirier can beat Chance, and I think Poirier have to start fighting. I think if it's Justin Gaethje, Khabib, Dustin Poirier, Tony Ferguson, this is old school, brother. Stop fighting to fight, brother. We have to recognize like real things.